What's up, boys and girls? It's your boy TeKRaJ, and I'm back with another player review. Don't forget, if you're not following me on Twitter, Instagram, or Twitch, stop playing yourself. Link is in the description below. So we are reviewing 94 overall signature Lamar Miller. Boy has 96 speed, 97 agility, 94 elusiveness, 81 trucking suspect, 98 juke move. He has decent carry. Now he gives everybody on the team a +2 carry boot. So he has 77 catch. His jump is pretty decent. That truck is suspect, man. And so is that stiff arm. Okay, but the spin move is 91 and the juke move is 98, so that looks pretty good. The problem is, man, like, I'm going into this review hesitant because I really think this year's game is about strength and trucking, man. You know, also speed. Pretty much anybody can juke, to be honest with you. If you know how to double juke, then you're in good shape. But here he is against Signature Bush, which I think is one of the most underrated cards out there. I'm not sure what it was about that card that made him that good. And then, of course, 94 overall Jamal Charles is just faster, is more elusive, has a better juke move. Doug Martin, who you guys liked a lot, has better carry, the same acceleration, but better truck, okay? And then, of course, Monty Ball, Campus here is Monty's Ball. Here he is compared against him. I try to compare him to as many running backs within the same overall. David Johnson is faster, but has a better trucking and has a good juke move. And then, of course, Le'Veon Bell is pretty much better all around. Now, he does start beating people like Gurley, but once again, look at the truck, man. That's one of the biggest difference. And then against Walter Payton, you're going to see a lot better stats. Against Eric Dickerson, he's like 2 speed slower. But as you can see, once again, it's that trucking and that stiff arm. Here's a squad we're going to put him on. Shady's going to back him up, guys. I'm still holding off on that Shady review. We're going to do that shortly. But let's get into some gameplay. Let's see how he actually plays, all right? Now, it's going to come as no surprise, I think, that when he goes up the middle, man, like, his elusiveness is 94. So I was able to break some tackles. Of course, man, like, if you're going to put him on a toss, it's going to be some straight cheese. The great thing is that you are going to break tackles if you're trying to juke players in the open field. Either that or it's going to be really hard for them to tackle you. Now, of course, a player like this, when he's running out and he's running routes, his route running is definitely good enough for him to catch the ball out in the open. Now, as I went on in the review, I tried to kind of like switch it up between outside and inside runs to see how he did. And one of the things is, man, without any like really good trucking or stiff arms, you're basically forced to pretty much just go ahead and use that juke move. And that's not always going to work, especially if somebody's all in your face. But then look at those speed boosts that he would get, man. And I don't know, man. I think he broke enough tackles for me to make it decent and definitely worth it. Now, anytime an opponent basically had an angle on me, the speed was always good enough so that I could always make it to the outside. So that's definitely what I was really, really happy about. I mean, I couldn't really even get mad at that. Now, as far as the stamina, man, the stamina was pretty good. On screenplays, he was amazing. Sometimes he was too fast, like in this situation right there, where it would kind of like throw me off to the point where I didn't really do a good job of actually following my blockers. I mean, I know it seems funny, but I mean, that's something that happened on a regular basis, but then this is where I had issues. There was constant times when he would drop open passes in the flat. And I don't understand why it would happen. I don't know exactly what stat that had to worry about it, but it happened more often than not. That was just one of the examples that I showed you. Once again, the stamina was pretty good, man. I mean, most of these reviews, like, I was literally just feeding him the ball. And with the David Johnson, when I did that review, like I told you guys there, like, I was just very noticeable how tired he would get. And that's not something that you want, especially if you're going to start dishing out cards on somebody that you're expecting to kind of lead your team. Now, when I played against defenses that were pretty fast, even still, he would break tackles here and there. I didn't have the problem that I had, for example, with that I for some reason had with that Devontae Freeman. As you see here, I mean, he was a handful to bring down over and over again. Now, of course, when I played those speed defenses and I really had nowhere to go or nowhere to hide, I mean, they were pretty much just exposing me, especially if I was getting to like Ronnie Lott's, your Anthony Barrs, and people like that. Like, there wasn't much they're gonna do. My stick skills, like I always tell you guys, aren't that great. They're not the best out there. So some of you guys have better stick skills, and I imagine that would just make this card a lot better. His drawbacks, like I said, is definitely him in the passing game. Like I said, that trucking and that speed. But guys, the cheapest one on the auction block right now is 65,000 coins. That's cheaper than a lot of your players out there that you have. This guy's a really good all-around beast, man. Like, I'm not even gonna hate. The faults that you're gonna find in him, he's definitely gonna overcome them. He doesn't fumble that much at all. One of the main issues that I have though, man, is with that 96 speed right now, believe it or not, I wasn't really getting that many long touchdowns as you saw here. Which is surprising. I mean, I expected I was going to be able to give you guys some heat when it came to that. Maybe it's because a lot of those defenders out there are pretty fast right now. But I'm going to tell you right now, for what he can do, 65,000 coins ain't that bad, man. A lot of you guys can afford that. Like, if you have Walter Payton, if you have Team of the Week David Johnson, and you don't feel like upgrading to 95 David Johnson, if you had any of the Team of the Week players from earlier on, like even like Lacey or Doug Martin, shit, if you have Team of the Year Doug Martin, I think this is a must cop, guys. I mean, he's definitely that good. I'm not going to keep him on my squad because I got Shady, and of course I got TJ Yeldon, plus I want to pick up that flashback MJD. But guys, if you're struggling on coins, you can afford the 65K, go ahead and pick him up, man. He's a nice little addition. Anyway, go ahead and like if you're liking the play reviews, subscribe if you're new, but most importantly, take care of yourself. Peace. But then, once again, guys, under pressure, rolling to my right, off my back foot, throwing deep, with the guy draped all over my receiver, I really had trouble finding things that were wrong with this card. That you're really going to see great results from him, even if he's not somebody that you're going to be throwing deep on. But then, guys, when he's on a one-on-one situation, he still has good enough animations to make the catches that you need.